I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty, looking at the meeting agenda. Does anybody have any additions or deletions to the agenda? Hearing none. We were unable to approve the meeting minutes from July 7th because we did not have the board members present that needed to be. So we have Kristen, Allen, and myself who are present at the meeting. So do I have a motion to approve the July 7th meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Alrighty. We now have the July 21st meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve those?
I sustain, I wasn't here.
I'll make a motion.
A correction on that one, I believe on the 21st, you had about the mowing, you did not include Intervale Avenue, you only talked about Davis Park, and I had talked about both of those. And it's also on there that Karen is the acting zoning administrator.
Okay, so mowing under the highway report?
I think it was, yes, I believe it was on the highway. I have a copy of mine.
Mowing, grading around town, gas leak, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't see it there. It must have, I bet it was under other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said Intervale?
Yeah, where you had done they had done so nice getting all the trees out of there so you could see down into the park. Now you've got the weeds growing up there and taking away all the work that you did.
That may have to be a manual. I did talk to Jason about that, and it will have to be a manual job because he doesn't. Somebody's lawn is on that side, so he's hesitant to drive the tractor out there. So it may. We'll have to figure out a way to do that, like just once a summer or something. But he was hesitant to drive out there because it would work, but he doesn't want to run the equipment on somebody's lawn. But yeah, okay. So you have that, and you said just that one, and what was the other?
And the other was it listed Karen as the zoning administrator. She's only acting zoning administrator because the planning board has not nominated her yet.
Okay. And Karen acting.
So who needs to bring that to planning? Like who? I emailed Rachel Dollar about it a couple of weeks ago, and I never heard anything back.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going because I guess rumor is that they haven't really been meeting.
I don't think that they have.
And they need to because they've got a town plan they need to get together as well as, take care of this business of getting a zoning administrator appointed or nominated for you people to then vote on if you're gonna appoint them.
Okay.
I'll try to reach out again.
Okay. So you have those two edits, and then
Yes.
with those two edits, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second? Alright, all those in favor? Alright, motion passes. Town clerk update. Come on in, guys.
Yeah, because we upstairs.
So I actually have a couple of things. I have a resolution for the bond vote validation. So this is a document that needs to be done in order to move forward with the golf course road project for water and sewer. It's basically stating, whoops, that's not a pen. It's stating that we had it on the town meeting ballot and the vote went through and it was approved.
Okay.
And I guess the other two are contracts for executive.
Okay,
And then I had printed off, example ordinances for the peddlers for you guys to review and,
so, yeah, I looked at them, and the conversation was about seeing if we wanted to adopt a peddler ordinance. I think it's wise to do, and I think, could be one of Marissa's tasks when she returns in the near future.
sounds good to me.
Does the rest of the board
Yeah.
agree? And then when she has a draft, bring it back to us for, review and approval.
Okay.
One question on the ordinances, I'm not opposed to the peddler one, but how are they getting enforced? It seems like there's a lot of ordinances that are being put out there, they're good ordinances, they've got good intentions, but there's no follow-up on if somebody violates it.
So this particular one, I think that, most people wanting to promote their own business would abide by something like this, knowing that it's more of a permit, that the town would be requiring.
And maybe we could write the ordinance with the enforcement piece right in there, saying that if they don't comply with whatever the terms of the ordinance are, that their permit will be revoked.
Take a look at one of these that we looked at. We looked at Enosburg and St. Albans, and there's penalties in there, and there's the ability to revoke the permit at any time the select board deems the permit in violation. As to like the financial pieces, I think that again would be, you're right, it would be, we'd put it in place.
And again, I would think most people would be respectful of
in
this
respect to this,
particular ordinance.
they're looking for something, so they'd be more likely to honor it. I do agree.
Thank you.
Anything else under?
I don't think I have anything else tonight.
Highway report, the North Branch Road culverts have been replaced. Jason was under the impression that sometime this week the paving will begin in town. He thought maybe as early as today, but I don't know that the company actually made it here today. Again, just general summer maintenance, mowing of roadsides, grading, putting the chloride down. It's been a little challenging of late to do the chloride because you actually need moisture to let it sit in. So it's been, kind of hit and miss as to when they can do that piece of the road maintenance or the preventative dust maintenance, I guess. The test results came back on the cleanup site. Everything looks good, no further actions are required, so that can be closed out. So we're just looking to finalize with the state and their cleanup, the use of their cleanup funds. So that's still being hashed out, but it was good news that no further action is required at the town garage. And I think other than executive session for personnel, I don't think I have anything else. Building report, Sherry's not here. She wasn't here last time. Do you know of anything?
So Richie, or Ryan's sons are finishing the front of the
And that's the last part?
town hall tomorrow. I believe they're gonna move to the side of the building.
Okay.
But it looks really good.
Yeah.
Part of the contract I wanna talk about, has to do with insulating the town hall.
Okay.
So,
And then any of the other projects, like I know at some point they were doing the roof on the ambulance station. Do we have a time frame on that?
So I think, we had cut a check for materials, so I think it was a matter of waiting for the materials to come in. I'm not sure if she's been in contact with him
Okay. And do you have anything ambulance wise beyond that or fire station wise?
No, I don't. I haven't heard anything about the building part.
Have you heard anything on, estimates?
No.
Water and sewer?
The only thing I've got is, our meeting with Hoyle Tanner,
Oh, okay.
regarding the clean out of the sewer lagoons. We thought we were done with the studies. We're not. We've had 2 studies, I believe, done now, and we're gonna be required to get 3 more. So how many times do they have to do studies on this before we can do it? But one of them's a feasibility study that looks into where the town is gonna be 20 years from now. I guess it's called a 20-year study, or I think they said 20 years. It might have been a different number, but we're required to do it.
So even though we're not looking to expand it, we're just looking to clean it out, they still want us to do it.
So this is in order to qualify for subsidies, grants, any of that, they make you jump through all these hoops, and it's like, once you think you've completed one stage, then they throw a few other things at you, so that's kinda.
There is a grant that I frankly went ahead and signed I don't wanna hold this up, we can't.
Yeah.
I signed the agreement to apply for the grant to pay for that study. And then after that, there's 2 more studies. Hoyle Tanner indicated that this shouldn't hold us up, that we should still be on track to get this on the ballot for town meeting and be doing the work next year. That's our goal anyway. And plus, I want to get us applying for the grant and get the money before, well, we can. I mean, who knows what's going to happen. I want to get the money and get that done. And the funny thing was, we got an email from the state of Vermont right after we met with them, questioning what we're doing about lowering the phosphorus that's going into the river. And Kristen from Hoyle Tanner responded, and the guy from the state seemed to be okay with the timeline. But I think we're gonna have to kind of stay on top of things and make sure this does get done in that timeline. And there's one other thing we do need to discuss regarding that, but it would have to be an executive session because it does involve personnel. But that's all I had.
Alan, what have they decided as far as the security, beefing up the security there? Because we've had break-ins up there at the water plant. Did they get cameras? What are they doing?
Did they get the gate up?
What's that?
Did they put a gate up?
Yeah.
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 So they installed a gate, they've also installed, or are getting, some lock boxes to actually like double lock the tools up at night, so then they're just not sitting there freely on the shelf if someone gets in the building, and cameras were, being ordered to go there.
Okay. Thank you.
At both sites, water plant and the sewer plant?
Mhm.
That's it?
That's all I had.
I don't have anything.
Kristen, parks and playground cemeteries?
I don't have anything really, just a couple questions. If we made any movement on the gate down there, did we?
No,
No, okay.
This was my next phase
Okay.
of the summer, was focusing on some of that, so.
Got it.
Okay.
And thank John, just in the notes that, he continues. I was down there the other day, Wednesday, and he just is always down there picking up garbage, and he says he does that as, service to the community, so just want to acknowledge him for doing that.
Other business?
I would just like to announce, because I know a lot of people watch the video and questions are coming in, so the rec committee is planning on hosting the Harvest Festival on September 27th. Vendor applications are welcome. We just need to update it from last year, but if anyone has questions, they can call here.
Any other business? Irina?
I had a question on some of the ordinances. With the parking ordinance, what is happening with that? I thought that cars were supposed to year-round be off from the main street and such, and I don't see that that's happening.
We are still looking, we want to enforce it, we're looking for a towing company. We have reached, the company we had, I think he moved to Kentucky. And we've reached out to, it's not Sheldon, Swanton TDI, some in St. Albans, Fairfield, even in Enosburg. There's just not a lot of interest to take up the role, so we're still looking. I spoke with somebody last week just to drop a bug in their ear to see if it was something. They seemed interested, but I haven't heard back. So we're looking, and then until we have that component of it, it's really hard to, that is our enforcement, and without that piece, and it's definitely not something the town wants to get into, because there's, just a ginormous liability associated with it. So we want to, it's not something we want to get actively involved in. But we'll hire, contracting with a company to do it for us, yes. So that's kind of where, yeah, we understand, and we see it on Main Street, we see it on some of the side streets where we've kind of put that in place. And we want to, we just can't get there until we find that missing piece.
Along with that, there's a lot of cars that are unregistered or they're in bad shape that probably couldn't pass inspection. So does the state police, do you know if the state police has the authority to do anything about that? Or is it something that they just choose to deal with things greater than that?
I am guessing the latter. I'm guessing it's a pick your battle.
I would agree with that.
I know when we had the Orleans County Sheriff here, we were talking about those paper plates and how easy those are. I mean, pretty much, they said, to make everything look at least, like it's passable, but I mean, all it takes is $6 and, I could get one, Andy could get one, Karen could get one, if we're all in the same family and all of legal age, and you could just, you got a valid paper plate for a year on a vehicle. So, I mean, I think the police just are picking their battles, and there's much greater ones than that.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Do our guests behind me have anything?
Yes. We have a long list, but we, as REACT, want to partner with you because there are a lot of problems, not just in Richford, but in all of Franklin County. And you brought up one issue. We feel that there's a lot of ordinances that are not being enforced, and for the reasons you just said, there are a lot of problems in Franklin County, and there's not a lot of law enforcement. And what can we do about that? Like, we're concerned about the open container law in town. We're concerned that they're just moving up the street as they get kicked out, the group of people. They're now at the Overlook, which is our property, and we don't know what we can do about that. So that's one huge area of concern. And another area is I don't know if you know this, but we partnered with Karen, and we sent letters to all of the people who have properties in need of improvement on the Main Street, River Street, and Troy Street in April, saying that we will reimburse you $200 per property for anything you do to improve your property. Power washing your building, painting, planting flowers, whatever you do, send us the receipts, and not one person has done anything. Now we're looking into maybe seeing if we can find a contractor, and then picking 2 or 3 properties and asking the people if we can go in and do it for them. But there's huge needs, and we wonder if we should set up a joint meeting we don't want to keep you here all night. We know you don't want to sit in meetings all night. But we're wondering about setting up a joint meeting between REAC and the select board and whoever else that you think would be appropriate to partner on some of these issues. Because we all have the same goal in improving our community. But I think that we don't really know what to do, but we want to help.
Well, just one thing we are working on is Kylie and I met with, or talked to the town's attorney regarding our housing codes in Richford, which are, in the past have been, I guess I could say, somewhat neglected. We're waiting for some clarifications from the attorney. What we're asking him to educate us about and is trying to put more enforcement somehow to enforce our housing codes. We're also looking at the financial end of it, of trying to, as part of the enforcement, and again, I'm talking potential here. You know, we can't do much till we find out from the attorney what legally we can and can't do, but you know, put some substantial fines in place for violations of our housing code. Potentially require annual inspections of these properties. If we find properties in violation and they don't get fixed, you know, being able to put liens on the properties. So we are working at, you know, from that, but right now, until we can find out from our attorney legally what we can or can't do, we're kind of stuck. And then, you know, hopefully once we get that, we might be able to look at potentially revising the housing codes and again, adding a bigger enforcement piece to it and you know, approaching it from using our housing codes. So that is, we are working on that.
That's great news. I think that one of the things that I hear is that, and we have a huge problem in the community with owners who do not take care of their properties that rent. But then we have people who do take care of their properties that rent, and people knock down your door for an apartment that you own. And I do feel that if we had an some nicer places, we could attract a different clientele. And I do feel that we do need some enforcement for people who are not taking care of their properties. That's one of the other things that we talked about.
Well, you're looking exactly what we're looking at with the housing codes, is trying to do what you're talking about.
And the hardest part is we have one of the highest rental rates, you know, in the northern half of Vermont. And so our housing codes, a lot of communities don't have a housing officer, but we fortunately do. And our codes are very generic. They were put in place, I think, by Northwest Regional Planning some years ago, and want to take a look at customizing it to fit Richford's needs, because
right now, the only codes enforced in Richford, from what I understand, are the Section 8 state housing codes, and those are pretty bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't require landlords to do much of anything. And that's why we want our housing code, if we can revise them and do what we want to do, to make it so the landlords are required to do much more than just what Section 8 requires.
But it's not only landlords. Take a look at a lot of the private homes in this town are in awful condition.
I counted up how many letters, how many files we worked on between April and like 2 weeks ago, 130 files. And most of them were owner owner occupied.
And what's happening right now, it's a very, very slow process, but you've sent more letters in the last 2.5, 3 months than you have sent for a long, long time. So I think you're gonna gain traction, whether it's small or big.
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere, and I think you're doing great.
And
I think if we can
have
upgrade our housing codes a little bit, I think if we can upgrade our, raise the standard, I guess, of our housing codes and put more of an enforcement part of it between that and zoning, it's not gonna fix every problem,
No.
but it'll make, I think, a big.
We've got to work on incremental improvement over
Yeah.
time.
The
And
frustrating thing is how long it takes.
Yes.
God.
I think that lack of law enforcement is huge and not, I have said stuff to people about the open container. I'm like, there's an open container law in this, and they do move on.
I told him the same thing, you
Right.
need to leave, it's 11 a.m. on a Wednesday, you need to go somewhere else.
I don't know if you realize it, but St. Albans just passed something, it was the inspector for the state that was telling me about it, and they have a program, I don't know a whole lot about all the details, but they have a program as they have their deadbeat landlords, whatever you wanna call them, and once they get so many violations on the same property, there's fines involved.
I think that's
City of
Kristen
St. Albans.
has shared that with us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
shared that whole, do you have the policy
have
and stuff? I have
I
it,
don't
I have
have
it all. I'll send it to you,
Okay,
Karen.
yeah, because it was Jeff Bryant that brought it up at an inspection that we were doing
Yeah.
like 3-4 months ago.
I actually met with Tim Smith, the mayor of St. Albans, around this, and he shared all of his documentation with us, so
we're
you should
working on that.
definitely take a look at it. There's some interesting information in there about what they're doing.
So would you be interested if I reach out to you in setting up a joint meeting to work on some of these things together, or do you want to wait until you learn more?
You guys are meeting what?
We meet right before your
Yeah,
meeting.
once a month?
Yeah.
Do you wanna set something up to meet for 4 o'clock?
I think I don't mind, but I would just like to get our response from our attorney first, so we, from at least the housing standpoint, we know what we can and can't do.
Do you think you'll have it by the first meeting in September?
It's possible, why don't we I'm on your chain, so
Okay.
just reach out to me as it gets closer and I'll see if we've made any progress there.
Perfect. Thank you. And if there's anything that comes up that you think REACT can assist with, we have the same goal, we want to help.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, I have a couple other things.
Oh, okay, sorry, John.
One is, and affects you, could you clean up all the sand that washes down the Main Street, corner of Powell and Main, then it washes over the sidewalk, and right across the street from there, there's a huge pile of sand.
I do think that, I have to agree with John that I know that you're right out straight, but I do think that that's one of the reasons, like some of the places on Main Street are so dirty, is that we have so much traffic in this community with Blue Seal and I think not that you don't have enough to do, but I'll just add one more thing. But if the streets were cleaned more, I wonder if it would make the windows in town look cleaner and those properties look cleaner that need power washing. So just a thought.
Okay.
And also, at the post office building, I know the front door is still broke, so you have to go around the side. Those steps on the side are even steeper, but there's all kinds of weeds growing out of the cracks everywhere, and that looks so awful. What an image it gives to people from out of town to come here, to have to go up those steps, and they're all covered with weeds, and they're all cracked up, and cement's broken everywhere. We're our own worst enemies.
Okay.
We can't seem to take care of anything.
Okay.
And how long before these pillars are going to be repaired out front? Because some of you know, I've been in here for years hollering, you need to take care of those before they're all rotted. Well, nobody ever did a thing. and now they're all rotted. I live in an old house, so I know what you have to be on top of that stuff constantly.
Yeah,
Well, John, I think it's a matter of finding people to do the work. No one wants to take these small jobs on without, big.
I mean, you
don't know how
have a
to explain
janitor who could have kept those, bottom of those painted and popped up and
It's
stuff
not
over the
a
years.
matter of painting them, it's a
Well,
matter-
now it isn't, no, they're all gone now.
well, I think Sherry is in the process.
She is, and the
And
person-
unfortunately, she's not here tonight.
Right, and I know when I spoke with her, she was waiting, and possibly having to find someone else to take that job because the person she was waiting on is not getting back to her, so. I know with all the other things that we've had to do and fix, no one is really, wanting to work here. I don't know why, I'm not sure what the reasoning is, but it's been a challenge to find people.
Well, the paint looks really good that's been done.
It really
And the
is.
things that have been done look really good and the people have done quality work, so I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I know because I'm waiting for Bob Peters to come back and do my roof. And we agreed that he would do it first thing in the spring, and I'm still waiting for him.
It's a challenge.
It is, getting someone to do anything.
Send me a text and I'll call you after.
okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys for coming.
Mr. Weatherby?
Yes, I do not have nothing at this time.
Okay. Alrighty, I think, Karen, you have something.
I have something I wanna add. There's a property that I'd like to give to the attorney.
Okay?
It's on, Green Avenue. Several junk vehicles and a lot of junk, period.
I think that's another avenue that St. Albans has. If you have so many vehicles, it's a lien so I think maybe if we start going that way, so that's something to explain. They have, I don't know the exact wording, but I know if you have more than 2 inoperable vehicles, or there's something that they'll give you a warning, and then it starts being a lien on your property. And so maybe that's an enforcement element we can look at as well.
And you would be doing that through the zoning?
I'm assuming it, I don't
Projects
I don't know how St. Albans does it, I just know they have something to that effect. I don't know in what manner it happens.
Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a lot of the same stuff, that Tim shared with me around the ordinances that they did, that there was violations that occurred and how they were, getting reimbursed for the violations.
I still, a lot of these people are gonna say they can't afford to get rid of the cars. I'm wondering if, we tried to work out something with someone, a program where somebody has a junk car they wanna get rid of, they call the town, we contact an individual, say, come on, get the car, have them sign a waiver of liability, come and get the car, and they get to keep the money when they take the car and sell it for
Fire
scrap
station
metal.
take cars?
No, we don't, we've got stuff that we have to pick up now, we don't have the ability to.
Yeah,
We could find something.
yeah, we can find somebody to do
Yeah.
that, but it would have to be a waiver thing.
Okay,
So maybe that's an
That's
option.
Do some more research into it.
There's somebody locally that might
Yeah,
be willing to work with us.
Yeah.
If it's a moneymaker for everybody, the homeowner gets to get rid of the car at no cost, the hauler gets to keep all the money from the scrap metal, maybe it's a win-win for
Yeah.
everybody, it's just a matter of
The problem
coordination.
is what do they do with the scrap car until they take it to,
oh, so it's pick up, drop off.
Yeah.
they have to take it right out of
Yeah,
town?
they do, I
Yeah.
bet
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah, that's what that would be the thing. So 60 Green Avenue, or what, I mean, not 60, I mean, what, is there a specific property? Or
52.
52 Green Avenue? And you said numerous cars and letters?
Numerous cars, a lot of junk, numerous letters, and probably it's been formal, the formal's been recorded. We've gone through each of the steps, and I've emailed a couple of times with them and asked questions like, does it run, is it inspected, and I stopped getting replies at that point.
Okay, so you just do you have a motion
I'll make a motion.
to send that property to the court system?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Who seconded?
I did.
Okay.
all right, if there's nothing else, going to executive for personnel and contract.
Yeah.
From executive session, I'll make a motion that we go with the 4-year financing plan for the new town plow truck.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the second item was,
About the bill, was it?
Oh, the
the insulation.
Yes.
Make a motion to go, to enter in a contract to have insulation blown in the attic of the town hall.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, alrighty, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Alrighty, so.
Aye, aye.